Okay, so this is supposed to be a video. So it's kind of confidential, so I'll just give it released to a few people working on the various issues. Let me shut the light out. But only audio recorded on this. Only audio recorded. That's fine. But it's a very good update. So just sharing it with people. Here we go.
Oh, no. I pressed the wrong button on top of it. You know, I didn't realize I had to press video call.
Yeah. How are you?
Well, I feel extremely mixed, but much more the positive than on the negative, because I've at long last read those grounds for dismissal in Nilo's application.
She's good, isn't she?
It's her barrister. It's not...
You're both good. They don't know what they've taken on.
In this case, it's the barrister who wrote it. Belinda hadn't met him. You know, Belinda went on February 26th to the hearing. Nilo was 25 minutes late. I wasn't allowed to go, and this barrister was replaced. And this statement was written on January 14th, but it's very clear. You know, I've been writing ever since Friday 26th, ever since it was decided to cancel my March 7th hearing and to get me into court on April 8th instead. With her, I've been wondering and hanging and and now I'm reading it. It's very clear that they don't have a leg to stand on, Angie.
I know. It's so much powered by intimidation and fear. If somebody puts aside the intimidation and fear and just looks, it's like, are you crazy?
Yes.
But it's like a veil. And a lot of people, they quit, they get scared and they say, oh, no, I'm out. And that's what they bank on.
Yes, that's clearly true. But also, I think that they really destroy people. I mean, funnily enough, in the process, they bank on destroying people. Funnily enough, I've just got the announcement of a legal hackathon, and where the law center in Hackney says that all of their clients go away after one conversation because of cultural, social, and language issues.
I don't understand the point of that. I didn't get that.
Well, they don't. These, if you like, less educated people don't even engage with a local legal centre. Because
no, it's known in Ireland. In Ireland, well, in a lot of Ireland, because we were raised by the Catholic Church and we're so beaten down, historically beaten down with authority. If you just send somebody a solicitor's letter in Ireland, even a fake solicitor's letter in Ireland, mostly 90%, they're gone. They're out of the fight. They're scared.
I see.
You know, so it is. It's like, you know, it is. But having said that, we shouldn't be too flippant, because a researcher and blogger was found dead under very suspicious circumstances on March the 3rd.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I'm not saying that.
Which country?
No, reality is good. Scotland. He was about to do an anniversary interview about Dunblane.
Oh.
And he was working with a paramedic that attended Dunblane. Her name is Sandra Utley, and she's published a book called Dunblane Unburied, but she got a lot of harassment and persecution for it. But he was working with her to do a real big expose interview. I can't remember which. It was on a very big demographic. He was going to do the interview, and he was working with her to make sure he had all his facts 100%. And they were messaging every day, you know, confirming and referring and what have you. And then she didn't hear from him from the 28th or 29th of February. And she knew straight away something was up. She alerted his family and different people. He wasn't found until 3rd of March.
Wow.
And only 50-something.
Gosh.
So it's one thing for us to be blasé, but it's a fact that we risk our lives.
Yes, and no, I don't, I'm not blasé for 1 second. I do, I mean, when I feel fear, I know it is justified.
Sometimes fear is a good thing. It's just to okay, stay alert. Sometimes fear is healthy, just to say, this isn't a picnic in the park. This is, just stay alert. And, we're still here a year later.
Yes.
We're still standing. We're still standing. Is your back hurting you? I say we're still standing. Are you in pain still? Well, I know you are a lot, always, but are you in pain?
Well, I like to lie down. I like to work in this position. Of course, then at least I'm not in pain. But as soon as I get up and walk, I am. But that's why my yoga is sacred to me. And but it takes making an effort. And
I know.
And that commitment of making efforts is also not a trivial thing. But the other thing, of course, that really, really bugs me, it was very interesting, and in fact, I tried to get Belinda to join us on our case, but she didn't come back to me.
Okay.
The thing is, I was seriously upset when I heard Ella say what she said on this latest Lambermont-Weber video. She said...
I turned it off. I listened, and it was just agony. And I got 2/3 of the way through. The only guy that lifted my spirits was the guy that he was referring to scriptures. The rest of it was just New Age. They don't realize they're playing the same paradigm of one world order and co-creating a new environment, a new planet, and let's all love and eat hemp and meditate and have a, world orgasm day and blah, blah, blah. All of those things may have merit, but they ain't going to change this. This is a spiritual war. And I just got bored, and I was not going to stay tuned in to hear them slag off campaigners that have been given decades of their lives to this again. I think they are involved in some way. That does not exonerate Ricky Dearman and all the named abusers in Hampstead. It just means they're in on it. There's a game going on that I've taken a year to discern.
Well, what I found interesting is that when I pointed it out to Linda, she reminded me or remembered a very, very nasty email that I had deleted and that came from by a friend, but I knew it related back to Butlin and I couldn't find it on his website. And then eventually she did find it, and it was so nasty and so recent and so much worse than what she said on the video. But what I found particularly interesting was I felt very hurt by what she said, whereas it made Belinda angry. And the next funny thing is that I put out, besides sending the email where I copied you in, I put out a comment on the YouTube channel, and it was deleted.
Wow. No, you see, they have all been trained, probably by upbringing and MK Ultra mind control. A lot of what Abraham's saying is right. Sorry, I've got a list. I have a list. I think I sent you the bones of them, about 10 red flags that I shelved because I so wanted to believe that Ella was innocent, Abraham was a rough diamond, and everything was kosher. But I never forget red flags, and I shelved them, and I'm going to go through them one by one. But they've been trained all their lives, psychological warfare, so that if they know the way to get you is to create fear, if they know the way to get Belinda is to create anger, there's a comment today on my YouTube saying I murdered my sister who died less than a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah, but really, it's so beneath contempt, it's not even worth the energy to say, do you know?
That's what I said to Belinda. I mean, I don't need another battlefront until after April 8th, and then we'll see what we do.
Okay, well, we should have some reinforcements in June. By June, well, we should have some film exposure in April. There's this 2-3 day conference in York, the 8th to the 10th with Sandra Fecht.
Now, where do I find a link to that?
On Miles Johnston's Facebook page. I'll send it to you. It's from the 8th to the 10th, or on YouTube, Miles Johnston's YouTube channel, the 8th to the 10th of April in York, a 3-day weekend course on satanic ritual abuse for survivors, for therapists, for campaigners, for activists, for psychologists, for psychiatrists, for anybody that stumbles across ritual abuse. It's going to be, I mean, she was one of the real cutting edge psychologists in Canada.
Yes, I remember her.
Yeah, well, she's speaking at that conference, and it starts the day of your court case. I hope the barrister will work it in.
Well, no, you see, listen, the barrister is Nilu's barrister.
Okay, are you sharing him?
No, I don't want to. Or rather, I don't see why I should, because I have this wonderful solicitor, and I really spent this week writing my own defense to educate him. And
I hear you.
And I have already, in principle, a barrister allocated, which is from the same chamber as the one who defended us in the cost case.
Well, we have to be open to change. I trust you to judge, but my sense is Nilu, a lot of things I don't agree with, and there are like two out there for me. But I have to say, she has been the forerunner of standing her ground in the law, in the legal system, and she's done brilliantly so far.
Yes.
You know, so anyway, but I'll leave that with you. But anyway, so there's that conference there in...
Mike,
so
the teacher.
Huh?
Mike,
No. I think he's just facilitator. But
the main page. I'm trying to find the Facebook page.
Go to Miles Johnston.
Oh, Miles.
Yeah, Miles Johnston, or Miles Johnston channel on YouTube. He just did a 15-minute fast blast announcing the conference. And he had Sandra on Skype, and she said yes, she'd be happy to come and speak. I think she's flying over for it. I'm sure she is. Well, Miles is probably flying her over. People give him a bad rep, but he invests a lot of money into truth.
So Miles Johnston's, his Facebook page, is that the producer, creative director at the Basis Project? Is that him?
Yeah, but he's also, because he keeps taking disclosures, of course some of them about UFOs and all the rest of it, but a huge amount about ritual abuse and trauma-based mind control and targeted individuals, and there's been so many ritual abuse disclosures made to him that he's got in touch with Sandra Fecht and said, look, this isn't my field, but I know it's real. Will you come and speak in a conference? And she said, yes, I'd love to. So I'm going to try and go to that, definitely.
Well, I think it would be... okay, I mean, I haven't seen it, and I haven't found the announcement of his event yet.
Yeah, maybe it's buried somewhere. I'll send it to you. You can find it easier on YouTube, on his videos, on Miles Johnston's channel. But I'll set you a link. But you'll be in court on the 8th, and then the 9th and 10th, you might be just too exhausted and want to just celebrate.
No, I won't go. I don't feel like going. But I would like to take you up on your offer. I mean, this is part of this all evidence. You see, I'm moving a lot on the fact that there was this Maranatha report, which made a recommendation in 2012. And then I find that it's been suppressed.
Yeah, well, then this is another... You know, this is a psychotherapist, very highly qualified. I think she's got a PhD, like very highly qualified psychotherapist in Canada. And no matter what, she could, everywhere she went, she just said, she educated her peers and said, look, we can't ignore this.
I know.
So it's just, you know, it's like if they try some rubbish like, oh, there's no such thing and it's false memory syndrome and it's satanic panic, blah, blah, bollocks. You just say, oh, that's why there's a 3-day conference going on at the moment with a Canadian PhD, you know, speaking on the subject. You know, whatever. So it's just nice synchronicity.
Well, I think it's fabulous. I mean, Belinda may very well go up there. She doesn't mind traveling.
Yeah, I think I'd like to go. Just for networking alone, it's you know, and you know, a lot of it is like I don't mean to be facetious, but you know, energy working and light shifting and all, you know, that's all new age to me. But I said, if you want to look at the spiritual warfare element, I'm there. Do you know what I mean? I'd even speak, but, you know, if anybody who's got a goal of stopping children getting abused, that's fine with me. I'm not going to judge if they're new age or whatever. If the goal is to save children being stolen, trafficked, murdered, abused, used for pornography and snuff movies, I'm in.
Yeah.
You know, so simple. So, look, I don't know, is there anything else? It's 10-2, I don't...
Well, Rupert is the only other thing. You wanted to talk to me about Rupert.
Oh, yeah, no. Did I? I don't know.
I looked into him and I loved it. So do you think it's real he comes over?
Oh, no, he's willing to come. There's no doubt about that. He's willing to come. He's not going to announce when he's coming and how long for and where he's staying, but he's willing to come, definitely. And he's like a loose cannon again. He's like a younger...
Yeah, I love what I saw. So you think he'll raise his own funds?
Well, there's funds coming. We only made one video a week ago, and somebody pledged £100 towards him, and then an artist pledged a piece of art to me and a couple of other journalists, and her art, you know, it goes for anything from $2,000 to $10,000 normally. You know, but sometimes it goes for much more. So an artist has pledged...
Let me tell you something in utter confidence, yeah?
Oh, okay, well that's going to be awkward because we're hoping to upload this and share this. So I'll ring you back.
No, I thought you said unlisted.
Yeah, unlisted, but we'll share it with your close friends. So don't tell me in utter confidence unless you want those close friends to know.
No, obviously not.
Okay. All right, so then anything else on this level that you want to share?
No. I just wanted to, I mean, I find that a beautifully interesting challenge if and when Rupert comes, because external energy is critical to the...
Yeah, no, he's excited. He's excited. He's just a YouTuber. He just won a prize recently on Alex Jones. I mean, I think Alex Jones is compromised, but it doesn't matter. He's huge. And Rupert just won a prize doing a satire on Obama. And Obama responded to it.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, Obama, because it got such coverage on the InfoWars and Prison Planet, Obama made reference to it. So he's a rising star, and he didn't mean, but he just said, once you've seen the Hampstead Children's disclosures, you can't...
I know. I watched this video. I know.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll call you back, and it's great to get a little quick catch-up. I'll call you straight back.
Okay.
Okay, that's that, and part 2 will be shared with people that can deal with that stuff. Okay.